Okay, guys, we're about to do another fantastic show, but before we do that, please go to YouTube, like, subscribe, share.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2.
Hey, what's up, folks? Great Black Podcast. Yours truly, Mr. Breaks, alongside the main man, Dr. Amsu. We're here today with another great podcast, another great interview, and we've got someone very special, a good friend and family of the team, of the crew, of the network, a very, very interesting person, and we're really excited to have her in the studio. And I got to introduce to you Miss Des Gray, producer extraordinaire, film director, film producer, a movie magnate,
That's it.
Directors Guild of the Universe, and she's here right now with us live in the studio. What's up,
Thank
Des?
you. Thank you. Round of applause. All
Round
right,
of- yeah.
Thank you. I was just saying.
Fireworks going on the screen. We can do some CGI
That's
in there.
good. Thank you so much for
We are
having me,
great.
you guys.
No, thanks for
haven't
gracing
seen her
us
in
with
a
your
long
presence.
time.
It's been a minute, hasn't it?
Like, wow.
It's been a minute. I think it's been a COVID minute.
You know what? The
You know,
last time
you're
we saw you, you were filming a live session with Davido.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, you guys did come on set to support me on that.
Yeah,
I
we
did
appreciate
indeed,
you
we
guys
did
for
indeed.
stopping by. Yes,
That was
did.
dope,
We did a
yeah.
live session for Davido. I believe it was for BBC Extra.
Yeah,
was-
one extra.
One extra.
One extra.
One time Tiri goes somebody to person we want you. I don't go mind to try lose you, try get about me.
Right.
Yeah, it was for one extra. Yeah.
That's
So
was a
you
fun
people
shoot.
in the UK, we were actually there. You know what I mean? We ain't abandoned you. We was actually behind the scenes.
we're making it happen from you from the other side.
Making
of
it
the
happen behind the lenses.
Yeah. So Des, man, people don't. So here's the thing, we talk to people who work behind the scenes, and people don't know who they are, and they say, right, who's this person? They don't realize how influential you are, how famous you are, and the things you've done and the things you do. And
I'm not famous.
Come on, man. So we like to bring
Everybody
people
I'm
like
knows
that.
just
this,
I'm just
man.
a leader.
Everyone knows.
This. I was like, I can't remember where I think I was in Vegas, and there was this random white guy, and he was like, "Do you know Des?" I goes, "Which Des?" He was like, "Des Gray." I'm like, "You say you know Des? In Vegas, a random white guy. So people know you, man.
You know.
You know that's crazy because my girlfriend be telling me that all the time. She be like, "Why you acting like don't nobody know you?" Because I be so amazed like when people like actually be knowing me. I was having dinner one time, and this lady just started recording me, but it's just like she was recording me to show her friend like, "Hey, I'm seeing about Des Gray," and I just kind of felt so awkward. Like, oh my God, like people really do know me. But I mean, that's what I mean. People start knowing you when you actually have great work and you put the work in to get to where you need to go.
That's
so
what it is. That's what
I
it is,
appreciate everybody that know me, and I appreciate everybody that continues to support me.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. And it's funny. So, we've been a few places, and, even Dr. Amsu used to get this, and we'd go to New York, and maybe probably first, second time going to Breakfast Club and doing Roland Martin and stuff like that. And you'd be you're walking through the airport, and people are staring at you. Yeah, you're walking. I said, Amsu, that guy's staring at you, Who? No, they're staring. They're like, I know you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because they saw a glimpse of you on a show, and it just sticks. You know the way the brain works, and especially if you look interesting, you're saying something interesting. They might not remember you, but it just sticks in the brain, and before it through osmosis, and there's millions of people watch your work.
Yeah.
So millions of people probably seeing you.
That's
so
true.
your face is like, I know that person, but they don't know who you are and what you do.
That's true.
This is your opportunity to let them know who you are and what you do.
Well, guys that don't know me and the people that do know me, I am Des Gray. I am a director and a producer. I love to create content and just bring visions to life so the world can just see what I see in my mind.
Listen long enough, you can love me. I'll be just yours, you can hold me. Even let you undress my mind. Say we play it, watch it, then press rewind. I can give you what you need. I can give you what you need.
I am a filmmaker.
I love that.
Excellent.
And what got you into that? Some people just fall into it. They were doing internships somewhere, and someone say, "Listen, hold the camera." What was your story?
Honestly, like what got me into this is just coming from where I'm from. You know, I'm from Haiti, so it's like coming from Haiti, I never really had like an educational background. So like we was very poor and homeless in the street. So I remember just like watching things with my eyes, and I just used to imagine like just trying to like create things in my head and just like a puzzle, but instead it'll be like visions.
Right.
And I just know that, you know, I was like, you know what, one day I'm going to be the person behind the TV just creating all these things that I can't see as a child. So when I got the chance to move to America and I had my hand and touch a television screen, and I remember hugging the TV screen, and I was like, Mama, kisa saila. And basically I said, Mom, what is that? And she said, that's a TV. And I just felt so in love with it because, like, you know, growing up, I just had my imagination to play with.
Right.
So seeing that I could actually put what I'm seeing in this and everybody could see it too,
Right.
That's what I fell in love with
That's
that.
a beautiful story. Yeah.
So you wasn't like, how old were you when you came to this country? And the reason why I'm asking you, right, is because we grew up in the UK, right, and we had American TV shows like Dallas.
Mostly
Dynasty,
American
and
TV shows. Right?
Mostly American, but then there was like Coronation Street, Corrie,
Right,
and
right.
Crossroads,
The staples. yeah.
lame. Right, but we had the very powerful American influence. So our desire to come to this country came from TV, like seeing TV, plus the whole hip hop situation. So when you was in Haiti, you had not seen a
Nothing.
TV, no videos, no
Nothing.
nothing. So all
I
the
didn't know
creativity was just in
anything.
the ether.
Correct. I didn't know anything about no hip hop, no nothing. You know, the only thing I knew about was soccer.
Right.
Because I'll play soccer in the street,
The
you
important
know, with the
stuff.
kids and stuff like that.
Did
but
you call it soccer or football? It's a very important question.
football.
There you go. Okay, you're right. So we keep the
Football.
film. Keep this.
Yeah, football. But that was the only thing, you know. So when I moved to America, I was about 13 years old, and I remember the first thing I've listened to and watched on the television screen was Tupac, Brenda's Got a Baby. I was like, oh my God, like what is that? Like he's rapping, and then
Right.
I'm watching the story. I was like, oh my God, that's so sad. She had a baby, and it was just so amazed. I was like, oh my God, like I wanna do things like that. Like I wanna listen to what a person's saying, and I wanna bring this concept to life, you know. So I just started like just watching just so many different things. Like I didn't go outside because I was never a kid that just had like, I never did kid stuff growing up. I always had to like look out for myself. So I just you know, I had like, I wanted to be somewhere where I wanted to be, and that's like for people to see what I had in my head. And I just wanted to just continue to bring my vision alive, so then I could help the next kid that just never had the opportunity that I had. So
That's pretty dope.
So when you came over
when
here,
I came
where
over
did you go?
here,
Where were
when
you
I-
living? New York?
in Miami.
Okay,
yeah,
Miami.
when I came
All right.
over here, I was living in Miami, and I remember getting off the plane. First of all, I was inside the plane. I was trying to use the bathroom. I really tried to use the restroom in the plane, and I couldn't. I didn't know how to open the door. I didn't know how
hilarious.
to open the door. I was stuck in the bathroom for 5 minutes. The lady had to
Oh, my
like
God.
slide
Use
the
the
door
key,
for
whatever,
me
yeah.
because
Did you panic? Did you cry? You
I
cried,
was
didn't it?
like
Of course you
having like a
cried.
panic attack.
I've got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
I've got to get
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you want another phone. Everything's going to be all right. Please.
Sister, please, I'll handle this.
Yourself. I've got to get out of here. Out of here. I've got to get out of here.
I was like, oh my
you
God,
were
I'm stuck. Oh my
stressing out
God,
there,
I'm
you know.
stuck.
You were praying
You
someone
know,
would come and open it up, but it was.
And it was so funny because that was my first time ever being in a plane. So
But you know, that's pretty deep though. You're saying, so, you know, you went all the way in. You hadn't seen a TV. Now, usually people give us their story that, yeah, you know, we didn't have money, we didn't have a car, you know, we didn't have food, you know, but the TV one, that's deep. So you've come from not having a TV to getting on a plane and coming to America. Talk to me about that culture shock. I know the first thing you saw was Tupac, but getting off the plane,
getting off the
seeing
plane.
tarmac.
When I get off the plane, so you gotta imagine like Haiti is only like 2 hours and 30 minutes away on the flight.
Right.
So 2 hours and 30 minutes ago, I was in poverty
Look at
where
that.
everything was just so wrong and just a dream and just a thought. And then 2 hours and a half later, I'm getting out of the plane and I'm just like seeing like different type of ethnicity and just different type of stuff, restaurants inside of the airport. And then when I got outside, I was like,
Wow.
whoa,
Different smell.
this is different.
Yeah.
I was just so happy because I was like, oh my God, like I'm finally going to make it, because like since I've been a kid, I've always had this imagination that I was going to be something big, and I always knew that Haiti was not my destination. I love my country, but it's like I've always had these visions being a child, like, one day I'm going to be so big that everybody going to know who I am, so it's like I never knew how I was going to get there, but I know that was my purpose in life. Like when I would see kids in Haiti, they'll have families, they'll have television, or they'll have different things. I never used to get upset because I'm like, it's like God was like showing me like, you got something so much bigger for you out there. So just looking back, even going to Haiti recently, like a lot of the big people in Haiti, they know who I am, so I'm like, wow, so I accomplished that mission, and I just know that I got a bigger mission that I need to accomplish now.
That's dope. That's
That's
amazing.
what's up.
That's a great story, man. And we hear a lot of stories from that, being from Jamaica, me being from West Africa. You hear the stories like my mum's generation and even younger. I've got cousins that came over and they had degrees and they ended up working in a bakery, right? Working night shift, the police come and raid the bakery, they overstayed the visa, all this kind of stuff. And you hear some real nightmare stories. People back home think, the streets are paved with gold in America and in the UK. They don't realize the things you have to go through. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's an amazing story, you coming over here. And then, look, so you come over here, so you're at school, right? You're at school age. Mm-hmm. So you went to high school here?
No, when I came over here, I was like middle school.
Middle school. So you're middle school. So whereabouts? Like
in Miami.
Miami. Okay, so you're still in you're still in
Miami
Haiti, but you're still in the Caribbean, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've gone to middle school in Miami, and again culture shock. You're learning all these new things. How was your English when you came over here?
I didn't know how to speak no
French.
English.
You were French.
You were just all franglais.
I didn't know how to speak no English, and then when I was living in Haiti, I never went to school. So
oh man,
yeah, so I never had education at all until I was 13 years old. So when I first went to school, when my mom was trying to register me for school, it was just a whole story because I never went to school.
Right.
So I know I had to take a test so they can see like, was I supposed to go to elementary school or middle school? But I passed the test, and I was like, wow, like the teachers was very surprised, like, how you pass this? You don't even know English or you never been to school. I just always allowed just the God in spirit to just guide me,
Right.
So it was just an amazing experience not knowing how to speak English. At first, I used to get bullied at school because people be like, oh, you just came from Haiti on a boat. You just came from on a boat, And
Wait, hold on. Because it sounds, did you hear what she just said? How she said? Sound like you're talking about Jamaicans now. Sound like you're talking about Jamaicans.
No, I
So
ain't
Jamaicans were
Don't be-
teasing in
hey,
Miami
hey.
schools.
Yeah.
Jamaicans are bullies, my
Yeah,
you.
No,
matter
you know what
of
it
fact,
is.
Jamaicans was the one that was teasing people in Miami schools.
That's what we do.
Like
We do
that's
what
so
troublemakers,
bad.
rebel
That's so
rousers.
bad.
Different.
No
Don't come over here
bullying.
different.
Because they know it's runners. Because they know they can tease you and run. That's what
No
it is.
bullying. No bullying. Yeah, but I got bullied a lot though. But
But they became your best friends, though.
Of course
Think
they did.
about that.
you know what? Honestly, me being bullied, it was just like it thrived me to just want to be greater.
Yeah.
So it's like I didn't know how to speak English. So what I did was like I had a little brother. He was always watching Barney's and just kid stuff, and I would just like start watching it with him and just like learning like different things
Right,
and stuff like
right.
that. And then, just being in school, I remember telling my teacher, I was like, I'm trying. I said, but can I stay after school and then you can really like teach me some stuff that you can't teach me in class.
Right,
And
right.
she was just so amazing. I just started like really like self-educating myself and just like paying attention to everything around me, and that's how I learned how to speak English.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Listen, Des, you are literally, not just the American dream, but you embody all of the things we hear about people, not just rags to riches, poverty to success, but even on a personal level. You don't speak the language, you've never been to the country, you've not seen the TV, but here we are, 5-10 years later, and, you're this TV
She's
mogul.
a boss.
You're a boss.
Des
I mean,
bossing people around.
you're snapping fingers, slapping
Des
people on the back of the
Des
head.
goes in, when she's bossing people around. It's like, I'm scared.
Too much sugar in her latte.
Out
It's
here,
like someone's getting
out
shot.
here in the streets, Des is my girl, but on set,
Don't play.
it's like,
No, like on set, it's like we here to work. Like we're not here to play. Like time is money. I gotta make sure my client get every shot. We just gotta stay focused.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, it's a job, it's a business, you know. So it's like on set, I'm just like a whole different person. A lot of people be like, "You so mean on set, Des," but when I meet you like outside of set, you so sweet.
cool, yeah.
It's because like I have to be two different people. Like, you know, on set I have to be the Des Gray, you know, and then off set I'm Des, you know. So it's like at the end of the day, like I just gotta make sure that the vision come to life, and that's the most important thing to me.
That's dope. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm in love with the story. I didn't know your story. I just thought you were silver spoon. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh,
Your parents were.
You know, I don't
Vanderbilts or
wish. I don't wish. You know, I'm grateful for my experiences and my obstacles. It made me who I am today and the woman that I'm gonna become later.
Do you go back to Haiti ever?
Yeah, I've actually went back to Haiti a few times, and I've shot a music video in Haiti before too. It was pretty dope. Just looking to do more things in Haiti in the future. You know, I'm just following God's plan.
Yeah.
Have you met Wyclef?
Correct. Yeah, I've met Wyclef. Wyclef called my phone in 2019. Yeah, 2019, I had got a phone call from Wyclef. It was like 10 p.m. at nighttime. I was like, who is this strange gentleman calling me? He called. He was like, yo, this is Wyclef. I said, huh? Am I dreaming? Like, he said, I just want to let you know that I'm very proud of you. You Haiti's first female director. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, you are a true visionary. He would just like motivate me, inspire me. And he's still a person that, you know, I could always like reach out to. You know, I just appreciate him telling me like, oh, I seen your work. Yeah. You know, he was telling me like the other two, like, you know, male directors that actually like left Haiti and won some awards from like doing movies and stuff like that. But he was like, Haiti never had like a female visionary, and he got, you know, you got my support. I'm behind you, and just like keep going. Like, you know, so for him to, a legend, to call my phone in the middle of the night to just like inspire and motivate me like that, it was just like a blessing. And then on top of that too, he was like, yo, when I work on my last album, you gonna be the director of the whole album.
Look at that. That's very dope. And I hear that about Wyclef.
Wyclef, let me know when you're ready for that album.
Oui, Jean. So Wyclef, Akon, you know, those guys, I hear a lot about them, because
I love Akon.
I've met a ton of their networks, and they all say the same thing, that these gentlemen, these guys are really into their community. They're really into helping people. They're really into boosting people, you know, because there are a lot of artists I hear about.
Akon is the reason why I moved to Atlanta.
Well, there you go. And I'm pretty sure there was the connection between Akon and Wyclef that started that whole, you know, refugee thing. And when he was in Miami, he was boosting cars and stuff, whatever. And it was Wyclef that got him up, and then it ended up in Atlanta. So it's interesting how that whole island connection, you know, has come to America and not followed the typical kind of island route. And the thing is, it's the creatives.
Facts.
It's the creatives. You know, anyone can come out here and get a job, you know, on New York subway, or, you know, doing security somewhere. But for creatives to come out here and penetrate an industry which is traditionally run by Americans, do you see what I mean? I think that's pretty dope, you know.
White Americans at that.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah.
No, well, let's keep it real.
Keep it
in
buck.
the movie industry, is a bunch of old white men. Especially
every
in
bloody industry.
in the cinematographers guild, whatever it's called, right?
Directors
All
Guild.
right, I ain't gonna put you on the spot because you're
She's trying to get in. She's got application. She's like, you know what? Don't do it.
I love all people, and I love to work with all people. As long as they want to work with me, I am down to work with them.
Yeah. But you know, I think it is as well. And beautiful thing, again, going back, sort of tying in the islands. And, you know, we talked the other day about hip hop and how hip hop started, Kool Herc and all those guys in New York. KRS-One, you know, the Jamaicans and the island people, the foreigners, quote unquote, you know, 5-5 Freddy's a Ghanaian. There's a lot of that influence that helped to create that spice. You know, we're talking about yin and yang. You know, just Americans probably wouldn't have created hip hop. You needed some of that flavor to go in, and then that blend of African, Caribbean, and American came up. You know, that's what hip hop was born.
You know what I was saying to you the other day, like Jamaica played a major part in the creation of
Here you go again with that Jamaica.
And Puerto Rico.
Not the same thing. Not the same thing. A Jamaican.
You know what?
Jamaican.
One thing I'm gonna say about Jamaica. The one thing I'm gonna say about Jamaica, Jamaica do got some good food. I'll just say that. But like Jesus, Jamaica.
Wait a minute. Hip hop, Kool Herc was Jamaican, right? Is Jamaican. I'm going to say was. Kool Herc, Jamaican, right? KRS-One, Jamaican. Busta Rhymes, Jamaican. We've been there.
You know, it's like 3 decades apart, right?
Yeah.
The whole sound system, sound clash, MCing all came from Jamaica. Don't let me pull out don't let me Google something now, you know. I'll Google it.
Okay. He must be running for mayor in Jamaica or something.
Yeah, I think he wants that Jamaican passport, and then I'll give it to him.
You want to run for mayor for Jamaica because you represent Jamaica, like you represent.
No, I
them.
just have to. You know what it is that when we see things on TV, growing up, we saw a lot of rappers on TV and all that, and we did not know their origins. Like I didn't know Fab back in the day. I didn't know Fab Five Freddy was Ghanaian.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
He's just an American cat, right?
So
Yeah.
you got all these people from all around the world, but they come to America to make a life for themselves.
I
But then
agree.
they're portrayed as African American.
I agree.
Even we have that title now, African American. But you know, we grew up in the UK, right? And we came over here, 22, 23 years ago, but we're now African American. Our children are African American. So when they achieve something, everybody assumes they're American. Till when they hear, man, they were born in the UK, and it's like, wait, you're an imposter, you're fake, you ain't really.
But as well, you
American.
got the industry as well, though. Let's be real, because the genre, the
I
music, the
agree.
industry, they don't want foreigners in it. 'Cause I remember
I agree.
when New York owned hip hop, they weren't breaking bread with nobody. They weren't coming to England and cutting records, or the South, whatever. When the South and the West started to come up, they didn't like it. I remember watching, is it 101, 103 in Park, whatever it was, and they were talking about hip hop, 106 in
106
Park.
in Park.
And
Put some respect on that name,
Jesus.
man.
what's
103
up? 106 in
something in
Park.
And I can't remember who it was. They had these New York cats up
With
there.
AJ and Free.
There you go. And they were complaining
It
how
was good back then.
But
It
they
was great.
Ooh, it was so
What
good.
happened?
I used to go. Matter of fact, I used to go to 106 in Park too.
Sorry,
when I was
sorry,
No,
in
you're
man.
not.
Park.
No, you're not.
It was
I'm
so
sorry,
good.
Yo, yeah, 106 Park was a great show.
We're having a discussion, bro.
Top 10 countdown. Used to what?
Oh,
Used to run in the house.
That's what I'm
see
saying.
what?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Used to run in the house. See who's
You
gonna be
brought
the
it
number
up.
one
You
slot?
brought it up. You should have said it.
Who's
Now
gonna be
you
the number
start
one
talking
slot?
about- All right, what's your point? Sorry, bro.
The point I was making is that the New York cats were on there complaining how hip hop had left New York and they want to bring hip hop back, and now it's become, the West, West Coast was doing it. Then the South was coming out at the time, screw music from Texas and all this kind of stuff. And the New York relevance was starting to wane a little bit. Then you had music coming from the UK and they were suffering. And I thought at the time, that's kind of interesting, because when New York owned it, New York should have been the ones to really take it around the world, not just to go and perform, but to have the sub-labels, to bring it up in the UK, to bring it up in the South. So it's still kind of New York. But I think through osmosis, it's naturally going to happen that when people are a satellite and they hear something and they like the genre, they're going to put their own flavor.
But you know
That's
the
what that
difference.
is,
The
yeah.
difference
Correct,
between
that's
like
true.
New York, West Coast, and the South is that the record execs were black. The
They was living in
owners,
New York.
like Suge Knight, black man. You understand? Down in the South, you had the whole
Well, a
Dungeon
lot of
family
their
and all
labels
them.
was in New York back then too, though, right?
No, the
That's the
labels,
that's what the publishing
labels
was, all the
were
time.
white owned. It was white people giving black people a bringing, on the record industry. So we were making the music, but they were controlling the labels and everything like
Because
that.
the business side.
Right, the business side of it. But what happened in the West Coast was that you had business people, or for lack of a better word, those people who may have been from the street or whatever, but they're like, we're going to control our own destiny.
I think culture's got a lot to do with that as well. In history, like in the South, you had more black industry, more black businesses, black millionaires. You had not just Black Wall Street. We were talking about the other day on the other podcast, but there's a lot of black wealth in Atlanta. So now if they're going to start following hip hop, and the hip hop's coming from New York, they've got the beats and they're doing their own thing, they're putting their own accent on it. They're going to learn from the mistakes the cats in New York made.
Right.
All the cats that were
Correct.
coming out screaming that, oh man, they own my masters. I was on this label for so many years. I came out with $30,000. They made all the money. Artists fighting their label to get their name back, all this kind of stuff. They looked at that and say, we're not doing that. And they had the moguls down here. So I think timing, and LA's publishing, New York's publishing TV, LA's publishing. So the people out there had those connects. And
Right.
they were still the same 5 majors, but you're right, on the grassroots level, there were black labels. But I want to ask, how is that reflected also in like the TV music videos? Was it hard? I don't know if you know the whole history for black directors and ADs and DPs and to get into the film game, the music video game. Was it the same? Was it?
Well, I mean, I can't speak for them back then because I'm still young myself, but I could speak for right now. I just never try to focus on back then. I try to focus on right now. And right now, I could honestly say, like, for directors, cinematographers, and just about producers and just any other creators, like, yes, it is hard. I know I was talking to, this guy, and he's a big director. His name E. Rivera. And he was telling me, like, back then they would be getting like $1 million for music video budget, you know, $300,000, $500,000. I'm like, wait, what? But it made sense why these videos back then was looking like
They're
movies.
shooting with
Right.
22s and film and
yeah. So it makes sense. But it's like nowadays, because technology is changing, and then you have a lot of upcoming, you know, creators, no offense to them, that, you know, they'll get a camera and they'll think that, okay, woo, I'm gonna shoot something, but they're not really looking at their value, they're not really looking at their worth. So it's like, it's kind of like messing up the business for like other creators that's like professional, that know what they're doing, that want to build a legacy, that want to build with the artists, that want to build with the clients. It makes it difficult because if an artist come to you and be like, hey, I want to shoot with you, but then you have this other videographer right here that's just so desperate, that just want to be a part of just being around the artist so bad. He'll be like, I'll do it for you for free, bro.
Right.
And then he'll be like, well, I'm gonna go to the free because I don't have to pay for nothing. You
And
know?
you know what? There was a series of memes that was going around over the last few weeks, or say about over the last month, and it was like cinematographer at the top and videographer at the bottom, and it was like very subtle differences, but the cinematographer images were like so dope and sharp and everything fit into frame, whereas the videographer, there was things out of frame, like head cut off and
Correct,
things like that.
because to me, like, a cinematographer is a person that's like responsible of capturing,
Right.
you know, the images of what you seeing, you know. So it's like capturing a photo. When you capture a photo, you want to make sure you have the right angles, and you want to make sure you have the right lighting, and you just want to make sure that you have the right background. You want to make sure everything is right about this photo so you can capture this moment.
So that's the difference
You know,
between a picture and a photograph.
Correct. And then people that just want to snap a photo, you just snap a photo. You don't care about nothing else. You just want to snap this photo.
Right, a pic.
Yeah, you know, so like that's the difference. You know, so to me, it's like when I work as a director or even as a producer, I'm very particular of the cinematographers that I work with, because it's like at the end of the day, like I want to see what you see, and what you see, it just got to be so beautiful within your eyes, so then it could come through the lenses and it just come throughout, and everybody in the world can see exactly like what we both looking at, you know?
Yeah, that's dope.
So there's a big difference like between a dick pic and a penis photograph.
yeah, I don't know. Shit.
Pay him no mind, you know. Pay him zero mind. This is how we get cancelled.
I take
This how-
penis photograph.
You see what Jamaicans do? You
This
see what Jamaicans do?
motherfucker.
They take the whole thing and just bring it all the way down. You know why? Because they can run.
Jamaicans are crazy.
Absolutely crazy. I love them, but they, you know.
They
bring
Wait,
it to the-
there's 3 Jamaican in there right now, you know. Mine out.
Wait. 3 Jamaicans. There's
3.
Talking about
One,
he-
one and a half.
Talking about he
Three.
take dick pics. So when his pics get leaked,
No.
There you go. He ain't gonna feel no way.
He be those guys that do
No.
them
Just make sure the
purposely
lighting's right. Make
so
sure the
then it
lighting's
can get
right, bro.
leaked.
I take art. I don't take dick pics. I said penis photographs.
You see, he's got black and white.
It's art.
Penis
Art.
photograph.
There you
Okay.
go. So listen, Des. I can call you Desi. I think we're gonna change your name.
You can call me Desi.
Oh, we can call you Desi. Okay, but you're Des Gray. Listen, so you know, we had Showtime in here the other day. We were talking. Funny that he does a whole bunch of music videos, and you know, he's doing some of that new style and different things. I'm not sure if you guys work with each other, and we start talking about set life. You know, because we always tie it back into the health to some way, right? And we know, because I've worked on set before, and you can be on set 10, 12, 18, 24 hours
Correct.
between setup, and you shoot for 3 hours. The
Correct.
rest of the whole time is setting up and fighting with lights and stuff, you know. And we talked about craft services and what people eat and, you know, their health. I hear someone's laughing over here because someone knows a little something about what you eat or don't eat. You know, how do you manage that part of it? And I'm just jumping straight over there, but how do you manage that part of it in terms of like your health and your vitality and your mind? And
You know what? It's a good question. That's why I'm here. I need the Great Black Detox.
there you go.
And I feel like the Great Black Detox is needed on set. And I feel like, you know, the Great Black Detox need to be educated to like other peers like myself that's always working 24 hours of the day and that don't take care of our inside. You know, so when I'm on set, when it comes to like crafty, you know, a lot of people, like when you're working fast, you want to eat junk food. So you
Right.
want to eat chips, you want to eat everything else. But, you know, recently I had a shoot in LA, and the crafty has been getting better because I'm like, you know what? If I want to be healthy, it have to start with me first because I'm the boss and everybody got to follow me. So now, like when I do production, I make sure like I get like oranges, I get bananas, like I get more healthy choices because at the end of the day, like I don't want people to be tired on set. I didn't realize that when they eating all these snacks, you know, they get
sugar
tired.
rushing, yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I didn't realize that. So then when I start paying attention versus me going towards the healthy snacks versus the bad.
Yep.
I noticed like the changes of the people of how they move faster.
It's the
you know
fuel.
how they happy and it's the fuel in them.
So
you know?
even Showtime was like, and two times, right? Showtime.
All right, listen up. I'm about to go on a 14-day detox where I can't eat anything, only, you know what I'm saying, liquid supplements. You know what I mean? Shout out to Dr. Amzu. This is the Great Black Detox.
He was saying he got a chef.
Yeah.
He gets a chef in to make sure he gets, you know, and he's AD, you're director, right? He's talking about, and that's what you got to do. Just get, you know, part of his rider and whatever is like, I'm bringing a chef, or do you have a chef, such and such. So you are in full control. You don't have to have those craft services if you don't really want it. So the whole culture can be changed on the nutrition side, because nutrition is so important, right? That while you're working and you're, especially those length of hours, your cells need vitality. And if you're eating bullshit, right?
I agree.
The garbage, the gas station food, right?
Pop-Tarts.
You're gonna wear down real quick.
That's true.
So, you know, the whole thing with us, and I know, you know, when we came to see you, when you was on set with Davido, the last time we saw you, we were bringing you the detox.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, you
How-
didn't finish it.
How'd that go?
See, here you go again. See, that's that. All right, go on. All right.
Go on, Jamaican. I tell you, man,
I
we're
didn't
going
know
to do a
Jamaicans always-
special
you know,
on Jamaicans
Jamaicans
bullying
Jamaicans
attitude,
always-
running fast.
Nah,
Somebody
but you
ratted
know,
you out today
but-
about not finishing. Like,
I didn't finish it because I had to stop in the middle of it because I had got sick and I just like I needed to feed my body with like vegetables and things like that, you know. So I was
Right.
like, you know what? Let me pause. But like I'm one of those people, like if I start doing something and then I stop in the middle, I have to start all over again.
Right.
Because I don't like to cheat myself. You know, I'm not like, oh well, I did 7 days. Let me go ahead and just finish the other 7 day out. No, I don't work that way.
You don't do the whole thing.
You know, so it's like I'm gonna start from zero.
Yeah.
You know, so
a year later, though.
So and it's fine. You know, we had COVID. We had so many different. Oh wait, nah, we didn't. You know,
I got you, Des. Don't worry, don't worry. I know he's trying to bully
See,
you
he's
over
trying
there,
to put
but
me
you
on
know,
the
it's thing.
spotlight, guys. You know,
You do
this
it in
year,
your own time, you know.
This year, one thing I've learned is never too late to get it right.
There you go.
Hey, what's up? Look, you've just been watching the Great Black Podcast. If you like what you see and you want to see more, make sure you go to the YouTube channel and you like, subscribe, and share.
Share it.
So we can
Share
keep
the
doing
love.
this. It's a give and take thing.